Die, O yogi, die, die, sweet is dying, says one of the greatest gurus of this century, Guru Gorakhnath. Pluto signifies this death, but this death is not of the body, but of your illusions, your ego, your lust, your anger, your desires. The ultimate death is the death of desires. And so the great Guru Gorakhnath says to those seeking liberation, moksha, die, O yogi, die, sweet is dying. Even Jesus talks about the same death when he says to Nicodemus, to experience God, you have to reborn. And so the ultimate goal of the great planet Pluto is to bring transformation within you. And that happens when you go through the fire of suffering. Through the fire of suffering, all your illusions about yourself, illusions about the world, all your ego, all your desires are burnt. And then, just as the phoenix bird rises from the ashes, you too rise from the ashes and experience the ultimate freedom, liberation, moksha. The connection of Pluto with Mula Nakshatra is very deep. This is because both signify destruction and both are connected with Lord Shiva, revered as the god of destruction in Hindu faith. Shiva's destruction is seen as a cosmic function that paves the way for renewal and transformation, embodying the cyclical nature of existence. This transformative force clears away illusions, attachments, and old structures, allowing new life to emerge, a role that aligns with Shiva's title as the ultimate yogi, guiding spiritual seekers towards enlightenment. And that's exactly what Pluto and Mula Nakshatra also signify. In his aspect as the destroyer, Lord Shiva represents Tandav, his cosmic dance, symbolizing the cycle of creation, preservation, and dissolution. It is said that through the Tandava, Shiva controls the rhythm of the universe, illustrating that destruction is an integral part of the creation process. This closely resonates with Pluto's astrological energy, which is also transformative, calling us to confront our inner depths, let go of old patterns, and evolve spiritually. Pluto, therefore, fits seamlessly into Shiva's archetype as a transformative force, breaking down the old to create space for spiritual rebirth and growth. Pluto represents dark energies, and that is natural because only a man who can deal with his own darkness can deal with others' darkness. And so if you have Moon-Pluto conjunction, then you are indeed a very intense person, and you are definitely going to be drawn towards fierce and transformative deities like Lord Shiva and Goddess Kali. Ancient seers and sages were aware of the far-reaching planets that held sway over human lives, and some texts suggest that a dark transformative force akin to Pluto's qualities was acknowledged during the times of the Mahabharata. In Sanskrit, Pluto is referred to as Yama, drawing a symbolic connection with the deity of death and transformation. The best way to enhance the qualities of Moon-Pluto conjunction is to worship and chant Lord Shiva's mantra, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, and to strictly fast on Mondays. Wearing a natural pearl gemstone of 5 carats in a silver ring on the right hand ring finger is also helpful since the dark energies of Pluto may impact the sensitive soft moon, leading to sudden emotional outbursts and getting lost in the dark shades of past life. Pluto, just like Mula Nakshatra, has a higher purpose, the evolution of higher consciousness, and that is possible only when you go through certain sufferings. Suffering is the sole origin of consciousness, and so through suffering you experience the death of your illusions, death of your ego, and death of your assumptions, and that is how you come face to face with the reality of human life, with the reality of human tendencies. And that is why the great Guru Gorakhnath says, "Die, O yogi, die, die, sweet is dying." This death that the great master Gorakhnath mentions is the death of your ego, the death of your mind. When ego is killed, the mind dies on its own, because it is the ego that feeds the mind. Gorakhnath is not talking about the death of your physical body, because you have died many times and have acquired new fresh bodies. So your physical body has died many times. But what about your mind, your ego? That has never died. Your ego and mind goes on living. This same ego finds a new womb. This same ego, troubled by new desires, again starts off on the journey. Even before leaving behind one's body, it is already eager for another body. This death, this physical death, is not the real death. One man told Gorakhnath that he was thinking of committing suicide. Gorakhnath said, "Go and commit it, but I tell you, afterwards you will be very surprised." That man said, "What do you mean? I came to you so that you would tell me, don't do it. I went to other sadhus, they all cautioned me, brother, don't do it. Suicide is a great sin." Gorakhnath said, "Are you mad? No one can commit suicide. No one can even die. Dying is not possible. I warn you, do it and you will be surprised. After committing suicide, you will discover what? The body is left behind. But I am exactly as I was. And if you want to commit real suicide, then stay with me. If you want to play nonsense games, then it's up to you. Jump from some mountain, put your neck in a noose. But if you want the real death, then stay by my side. I will give you the art which brings on the great death. Then there will be no possibility of returning again. But that great death seems to us to be nothing but great death. That is why he calls it sweet. Die, O yogi, die, die, sweet is dying. Die that death Gorakh died and saw. Gorakh says, I teach death, the death I passed through and became awakened. It was the death of sleep, not of me. The ego died, not me. Duality died, not me. Duality died and non-duality was born. Time died and I met the eternal. The small, constricted life broke and the drop became the ocean. Yes, certainly when the drop falls into the ocean, in one sense it is dying. As a drop it is dying, and in another sense, for the first time, it attains the great life. It lives on as the ocean, the vast ocean.